Parmalat Everfresh in its new Easy Pour pack.
You're back with eXpresso on SABC3, and we're tracing into our 6th week of tracing the origin of coffee from ancient Ethiopia via Yemen through to the Ottoman Empire via Vienna, London, Rome, America and Australia. And the 3rd wave of coffee culminating in the World Barista Championships. We're going to talk about that. And if you ever wanted to know how to make a really good cup of filter coffee properly, well, joining us this morning is David Donde of Truth Coffee here in Cape Town, as well as Jose, the 2008 SA Barista Champion, and their new rising star, Loyolo, or as you know in the coffee shop as Lollipop.
Lollipop.
Yeah, that's the nickname. Guys, welcome to eXpresso. Nice to have you here bright and early on a Monday.
Yeah, it's really good to be here. I think we should let Loyolo do a little bit of showing off while we're busy. So if you can get us some milk in a jug, and he'll
Must I pour some milk?
demo pouring behind his back. Jose at the same time is going to make a filter coffee.
Awesome.
Now,
How do you make that perfect cup of filter?
well, a lot of it's about what you don't do. Filter coffee is an incredibly simple thing. And one of the biggest ways filter coffee gets ruined is those glass pots with a heating element underneath.
But you see them everywhere.
I know, but they're a tragedy. What they do is they're convenient for the industry where it keeps the coffee warm, but it's the wrong way to keep it warm. Should be keeping it warm in a thermos. Make it into something. A lot of coffee makers today come with a thermos. If you are buying a new one, insist that it's thermos-based. Jose's making it simply. We did this demo before, but the great thing about filter coffee is the simplicity and the ease. You don't need fancy equipment. You need a source of hot water. You need coffee beans. Now, the big thing with coffee is choosing the right beans. I'm going to grab some out of here. And if you look at great coffee beans,
I can smell it from
what
here.
you'll
It smells
have
gorgeous.
is they're actually dull. There might be the odd spot of oil coming through, but they're not sheeny with a big load of oil. Lots of oil on the surface generally means the coffee's either been over-roasted and the oils have come to the surface, or they're getting old and oil's coming to the surface. Even worse, it gets older than that and the oil goes back in, and then it gets a peculiar smell. So smell your coffee. Very important, fresh coffee. Jose's busy doing that. That's going to stand for 3 minutes. Loyola's making a fresh espresso. One of the biggest things you can do to improve your filter coffee is a grinder.
A grinder.
Freshly ground coffee. We always say within 3 or 4 minutes of grinding it should be used. He's just steaming the milk there. The other big thing is coffee is only fresh for up to a month.
Yes.
Really, you can do a lot to preserve it. Definitely not. Okay. When keeping in the fridge will make it last longer.
Jose's laughing at me. I see everyone keeping their coffee in the fridge.
But what happens when it comes out of the fridge, it absorbs water, just like a beer glass does when you take a beer glass out of the fridge. So we really don't want to do that. What we want to do is fresh coffee in an airtight container, freshly ground, water that's no hotter than 90 degrees. Put it in a cup, and really that's it. Off we go. Perfect filter coffee. Now Loyola's going to do a little bit of showing off. I think he's the only guy who can do this. Well, we've never met anyone in all our championships all around the world who can actually pull this off. He's going to pour latte art. We've seen latte art on the show where you pour little insignia in, but he's going to do it
must turn around.
behind his back. So excuse him turning his back to South Africa, but sometimes it's necessary.
Okay,
so
let's
how
see.
cool is this?
This is incredible. Well, let's see if you get it right, Lloyd.
I always get it right.
Spoken like a champ.
Now, Jose, you were the 2008 Barista Champion.
Correct,
What did it take to become that?
It's a lot of practice, hours of practice and consistent.
Look at that!
Lord.
Wow!
Well done.
And what happens on the actual day when you take part?
It's big. It's there's about 30 to 40 competitors. And what we have to do is to do about 12 drinks in 15 minutes.
12 drinks in 15 minutes.
Absolutely.
And do the art and everything.
And the art and everything needs to be consistent. The milk, the espresso, the presentation itself. You know, you need to let the judges understand what you're doing, and the crowd also needs to know. Like, it's all an experience in one.
Totally. It tests your depth of understanding of the coffee. It's making 4 espressos, 4 cappuccinos, and 4 signature drinks. And that sounds pretty easy until you realize you've only got 15 minutes to do it in. And it's incredibly technical. I mean, these guys can tell you. We had one competitor, and I trained her.
I mean, he did it in like 3
guys.
seconds,
Yeah, but that's not the point. But this poor girl was had to get nuts out of a jar. And she was so stressed that her hand was shaking so much every time the spoon came out of the jar, there was nothing on it.
so it is stressful.
It's very stressful. If you could just pour us some more milk there so we can have some filter coffee.
Ready.
So choosing the beans is vital. Let's pop that on there and it'll come through. Storing the coffee is also incredibly important. Don't reheat it. You don't want to do that.
So you don't pop it in the microwave to warm up?
Well, that's probably better than keeping it hot, ironically. But try not to add heat. Try to make what you're going to use. Single cup methods are brilliant. They really can't be recommended highly enough.
Because how many cups of the...
Now, there's an interesting one. We're always told to use 1 spoon per cup, but just nobody ever said what size spoon or what size cup.
Exactly.
So it gets pretty confusing for me. The rule, and there is a rule, is 60 grams per litre. Won't you give us some milk in there, please?
Me?
Yes, of course.
Oh, no, you might ask me to do some art.
No. We're not going to get you to do that.
I'm
Just
trying
pour
to
and
do some
enjoy.
art. How's that? No.
Well,
No.
next week.
Next
Come for
week.
some training.
I'm going to have to come. I'm going to do it behind my back.
Yeah, exactly. So just, always with filter coffee, keep it simple, do it well, enjoy it.
And make a decent cup.
And make a decent cup. And one of the best ways to make it.
Guys, thank you so much
Thank
for joining
you.
us and for this great cup of coffee. Now we've learned how to make a fresh pot of filter coffee. Over to the rest of the team. Kat, Kia, where are you guys?
Stay with eXpresso and SABC3.